So in late December, that was I think around 28 or 29 of December 2024, I deleted my WhatsApp, deleted almost all of my social media platforms because of my 2025 break of social media. And one would think that okay, because I did that, I mean by now this is almost 1 month is gone already in 2025, and one might think that by now I should have ticked almost all my goals. But the interesting thing is, I've actually not even started pursuing any of my goals for the year. As a matter of fact, I've actually not even really spelled out my goals for 2025. And if you are like me, who have not really spelled out his or her goal for the year, or you've spelled out some of them and you've not started pursuing them, this video is for you. All right, so one thing you need to understand is that when the year starts, right, there's usually there's a pressure that comes with a new year. And this is why many persons write new year resolutions, but only few actually eventually commit to it. That is why you realize that new year resolutions, the concept, has been receiving a lot of shades and backlash for some years now. That's simply because the trend has shown that at the beginning of the year, a lot of persons are trying to change their lives, right? A lot of persons are trying to change things about themselves, and they set it as New Year resolution. I think it's known as New Year, New Me, right? So they want to learn new habits, they want to learn new things, they want some level of growth, they want some level of changes, and many of them, or many of us, right? Let me put it that way. Many of us now set these goals, and eventually you realize that even before the end of January, you are back to your old way of life. You are back to the habits that you say you want to drop for the new year, and that is usually a result of the pressure, right? The reason why you even set the goal in the first place is because of the pressure that comes with the new year. You are expecting that just because the year is new, that things should change. But then my point is that when the year starts, there's usually that pressure to do things, that pressure to learn new things, that pressure to just begin to start running. But one thing many of us fail to understand is the fact that it's a marathon, not an 100-meter race. And this is why a lot of persons burn out very fast, because you want to run a marathon race, but you are starting by running as if you are running a 100-meter race. And then after running 100 meters in a marathon, you now become tired and it becomes difficult for you to continue. This is usually the trend for many persons. But personally, I've learned over the years that it is not a it is not an 100-meter race. It is a marathon. And what this will do is that it will help you start the year right, because you understand the fact that the energy you need throughout the year or during the year is going to be a build up. You don't start with so much energy. You don't start by trying to change your life in 1 month. That is never going to be possible. You spent over 2 years, over 3 years learning an habit. You spent over 4 years developing an habit, and then you are expecting that just because a year is starting, and then just because you are serious about the change, you expect that everything is going to change within 1 month of a new year. That is never going to be possible. So a lot of us set goals without setting structures, but that's not even the point of my discussion. My point is that if you are like me and you've not set your goal for the year, or you've not started pursuing your goal for the year, one thing you need to first of all understand is that it is a marathon. So just because you've not set your goal in February, just because you are just setting your goals in February, does not mean that you are not going to have a better year than somebody that has set his or her goals since January. I mean, personally, the reason why I've not set my goals, or I've actually set my goals, it's just that I just typed them out, I wrote them out. Like, there's not so much intention. I am not very satisfied with the goals I've written. Some of them are really amazing goals that are really my goals, but then I have not set enough structure, and I do not like to set goals without structures, because it's simply because I understand that for my goal to come into fruition, there is a participatory role. It doesn't end at just setting the goals. I need to set structures that can actually ensure that I eventually hit the goal. And so it's not like I've not actually written my goals. I've written down some of my goals, but then there are some others that I've not written down, and it's just the fact that I'm not satisfied with the goals I've written down because I have not really had the time, and that's just it. Because my year so far has been full of text. Test in school, right? The year started, we started with text in at the beginning of the year, and so eventually now, so we are preparing for exams and all of that. So it has just been an intense year, and so many of my goals, in fact, some of my goals for actually even taking a break, I have not started them. I was telling, I think one of my friends recently, that even for me, that 2025 has not started. That for me, my 1 year break has not really started, because the things that I actually even want to do, some of the things I've written down for the break that I want to achieve during the break, that I want to commit to during the break, I have not started being committed to them. And the simple reason is because I've not really had the time, and I don't want to rush it, because I don't just want to do it because of I don't want to do it because everybody's doing it. I don't want to set goals because everybody's setting goals at the beginning of the year. No, I want that there will be so much intention, because the goal is not to do it because everybody is doing it. The goal is to do it because there is a kind of result I want. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to understand that just because you've not written your goal does not mean that if you start out now, you are not still going to hit your goal. You just have to be very intentional. Understand that it's a marathon. It's not an 100-meter race. It is a marathon race. So build your energy, build your momentum gradually. There is no pressure. That's the point. Don't allow the pressure. I know there's pressure everywhere, of course, right? But don't allow the pressure everywhere make you feel like, okay, just because you did not start the year with your goals, just because you are just trying to set structures for your goals now in maybe February or wherever you are watching this video, right? Or maybe in March, then just because of that, it means that you are not going to achieve much in the year. That's not true, right? And I'm saying this honestly, I'm at peace. I'm not even pressured. I'm not feeling like, okay, just because I've not set my goals for 2025 and then this is February, because I'm currently recording this video on January 31st. So, but just because I've not set structures for my goals, just because I've not started pursuing my goals, then it means that I won't achieve much this year. That's not true. I've understood quite early, I think from last year, or 2 years back, I understood before now that it is not a an 100-meter race. It is a marathon. So one thing about marathon race is that the people that eventually win, they don't start with so much energy. It's gradually they build the momentum. Then as they go further, you begin to see that their speed begin to increase as they begin to run as they begin to move farther or closer to the end. The speed also begin to increase. So they start with low energy. In fact, if you see them when they start, if you don't know much about racing, you most likely will feel like, oh, this person did not even want to win. This person can never ever win. If you see when they start, but at the end of the day, when you see when they are close, when they are getting closer to the mark, you see them running with so much energy because they've built momentum. Right, so while others that started running very fast at the beginning are getting tired, they are still running with so much energy because they built momentum. So don't be pressured by the fact that, oh, so this person is saying, oh, I've achieved this goal, this is January and I've achieved that goal. Good for them. But I'm saying that just because they are doing all of that should not mean that you should not make you begin to pressure yourself and feel like, okay, you are not going to achieve anything in 2025 just because everybody have written their goals and you have not written yours, or you have not started pushing yours, and people are already achieving their own goals. Understand that the journey is very personal. Just be very intentional, right? Be very intentional. Be very, very intentional. And let me know if this video helps you in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear what you think, and I would love us to actually rub minds together and just let me know what you think. I will see you in the next one.